What's up, guys? Alex here. Welcome back. So, if you create music videos, you know how time consuming this is, from shooting the video to editing it. It's costly and it takes up a really great deal of your time. So that's why I built this AI agent that automates the whole process of creating faceless uh, music videos using AI. So you go from creating videos in a couple of days to creating videos in a couple of minutes. And before we proceed, let me quickly mention that my team builds custom AI solutions just like this, designed to cut costs, save time, and lets you focus on what really matters. So if you want one for your business, hit the link in the description. If you'd also like help with your custom n8n AI workflow, you can now book a one-on-one live coaching session with me, and I'll leave a link in the description. Lastly, if you'd like to download this workflow, I'll leave a link in the description. And once you do so, you're going to click on the three dots up here, and you're going to select import from file. And once you do so, you're going to select the workflow you've just downloaded. It's gonna pull up in your workflow, and all that's gonna be left for you is to set up credentials. Great, so now let's go ahead and look at this workflow. So this workflow is being triggered by a form submission. Let me quickly unpin the data in here. All right, so let's go ahead and execute this workflow. So we'll hit execute workflow. It's going to pull up the form. So this is the faceless music video form. Let's give this video a title. So let's go ahead and choose the audio file. So this is an audio file that I had generated. I also used AI to generate the music. So that's the audio file. For the video style, I also asked ChatGPT to generate a sample video style. So I'm gonna paste it here. And this is, this is the whole video style text. Let's go ahead and select the aspect ratio. So this is landscape, and let's specify how long the audio is. So I had opened the audio, and from what we can see here, it's 49 seconds long. So let's go back to our n8n form. Let's specify that. Let's hit submit. So the workflow has started executing. So it's uploading the audio to a Google Drive, then it's downloading it, then it's going to this switch node, then it's generating the video clip right here. Now it's stitching everything together. So it's stitching the audio, the video into one final video. And so that's what is being done here. So let's go ahead and look at the final video since it's done executing. So let's copy this URL, open up a new tab, then paste it here. So it would like us to download the video. So let's download it. Let's open it. So this is the video that has just been generated. Yeah, and that's it with this workflow. That's all it does. So let's go ahead and closely look at this workflow. So this workflow is being triggered by a form submission. You can choose to either use a test URL or production URL. So you use a production URL when this workflow is activated. So you don't need to click execute workflow every time to trigger this whole workflow. And we are not using any authentication. Here's where we've filled in our form title, and here's our field name, this right here. So we've added fields to the form. So to do that, you are going to click on this add form element, and now you are going to add this a text element, and then rename it to video title. It's easy. So when you click add form elements, it's going to add an empty form field. You're going to give it a name, and then you're going to select in this drop down list the element type. Next, we want the user to upload the audio file. So for that, you're going to choose select an audio file of type file, and we are going to make sure that this field is required. So we can't submit this form if we haven't filled in this. If you hadn't filled in this video title, we haven't uploaded the audio file, and all the rest. So that's why we've turned on the required field. Next, we've got the video style, which is our text area. Here we've given it a description. So we've said describe how you'd like the video to look. And then we've got the aspect ratio, which is a drop-down list. And so we've got this option. So it's square, landscape, portrait. So landscape if you want to upload it on YouTube, portrait if you want to use it for shorts or TikTok videos, square if you want to post this on social media with just a normal post. Next, we are asking how long the video should be, and this is of type text. And that's it with this form. So this is the output we've got. So here's the binary file. Then if we click on schema, we'll see the details we just filled out. So let's go to the next node. So upload audio. So once we've got the audio file, we want to store it somewhere, and so we'll store it in a Google Drive folder. So the resources file, the operation is upload, and here we are specifying the input data field name. So this right here is what we'll paste it here. We are just telling it which file to upload to Drive by giving it the file name right here. Then we've got the file name. Now this is what we would like to name it in the Drive folder. Let's go ahead and open that. So for this, you're going to create a new folder in Google Drive, and you're going to name it music file. So this is the folder right here. This is the folder right here. So music file. So you're going to select it, and then you are going to, as you can see, I was testing it out. So I've uploaded approximately three audio files, and so here we are specifying the exact this exact folder that we've just created. And for the naming of the file, what you can see here, it's the video title, what we filled in as the video title in the form. So in my case, I filled in beach, then an underscore and audio, and that's exactly the name it has been saved in the in the Drive folder. So next, let's look at the download audio. So once we've uploaded it, we'd like to download it, and so here we've added a Google Drive node. So to add this node, you'll just search for Drive, then select Google Drive, and so under resource, you're going to select file, you're going to select operation download, and here you are going to reference the file you've just uploaded to the Drive. So you're telling it to know, so you're just telling it which audio file to download. And for that, in the previous node, the audio file, in the output, you'll see a field called ID. So you're going to drag and drop it there. And then you're good to go. It's going to download the correct audio. So what you're seeing on your right here. Next, let's look at this. So this is a switch node. You'll just search for a switch node. So switch. And what this does, remember, in the form submission, we were asking for the aspect ratio. So you could either fill in a landscape, portrait, or square. So this is how we are distinguishing it. But for the API, we want to so in case somebody selects landscape, we want to give it the actual aspect ratio. So that's why we've got this right here. So for the switch node, so the mode is rules, and then so we've dragged and dropped the so the output from the form submission. So this field, so this field right here is what we dragged and dropped here for all the three. And how you can add the routing rules is you simply click on this add routing rule, and so for that, so you're going to drag and drop the aspect ratio output from the form, and then you're going to hard code the actual, sorry, and then you're going to specify the options that we had given in the drop down list. So landscape, then you're going to paste it there. Just make sure there's no spaces in between at the front or before this text. Otherwise, it's not going to, this switch node is not going to work correctly. So let's delete this. So we added 3 options, and we named the output to landscape. So that's why you're seeing this. This name's landscape, square, and portrait. Next, we've got an edit fields node. So if somebody selects landscape, it will go down this edit fields node. So we want to manipulate that data so that it outputs the actual aspect ratio. So for landscape, the aspect ratio is 16:9. This is going to be important when we are hitting the API. And so we've named it output. And we did the same thing for the square. So the aspect ratio for square is 1:1, and so for our portrait, it's 9:16. And notice we've given it the same name, because in this next node, the HTTP request node, we are going to read the output from the previous nodes. So we need them to have the same. We need them to have the same output field name. This right here, so that it can take output from either of the three edit field nodes. So let's go ahead and look at this HTTP request node. So we're using this node to generate the video clips, and the whole idea here is to generate 5-second video clips and then loop it throughout the whole video length. So let me quickly open. So the API we're using to generate the video is called Pika, and it's listed in Fal AI. So you'll just go to fal.ai. You'll need to set up an account with them, and once you do so, it's gonna take you to the home tab, and so you're going to search for Pika, and you're going to select this Pika. Let me look at the version we were using. So Pika v2. So you're going to select this Pika v2 text to video. So once you select it, it's going to take you to the playground section. So this is where you can mess around with it. Just give it a try before integrating it into your n8n workflow, just to see how it works. So this right here, and the cost for generating a video this is typically a 5-second video, is $0.2. So we'll go ahead and click on the API tab, and the table of contents in this tab right here. Make sure you've selected a CURL or curl, and then here we are reading. Here we've got the documentation. So so to generate a video, we'll need to it's going to be in 3 steps. So we'll need to submit a request. We'll need to check for the generation status. So we'll check if it's still generating or it's completed. And once it's completed, we would like to get the generated video using this get the result. So the first node, we are using a HTTP request node for this submit request. And if you go back to your n8n workflow, for this you're going to search for a HTTP request node, that right there, and you are going to rename it. So you can rename it to upload video or upload, and under method you're going to select post. This is according to this documentation right here. So from what you can see right here, the request method is post, and then here you're going to copy this URL, you're going to paste it there, and now you're going to set up your authentication. And from what you can see, the documentation right here, it's a header authentication. So you are going to click on this authentication parameter right here, and you're going to select generic credential type, and then under the generic auth type, you are going to select a header auth, and then you are going to select create new credential. Now to get your API key, because it looks like we need an API key from this Fal account, what you're going to do is you are going to go to the home tab. So you're going to click on home, and then you're going to click this API keys tab right there. You're going to click add key. So hold on, let me delete this. You're going to click on add key, and then you're going to name your API key, so something close to this. Then you're going to create a key. Next, you're going to copy this key, or you're just going to leave your tab like this, open, and we'll go ahead with creating our authentication credentials. So for that header, we are going to, so under the name, we are going to paste this authorization, and you're going to copy this key along with the space that comes after the word key. Yeah, so it's key along with the space after the key. We'll copy it, we'll paste it here, we'll go back to the tab that the API key tab we had just created. That we're going to copy this key, and you're going to paste it there, and then you're going to click, sorry, before you click save, you'll need to name your authentication. So you'll just name it something like Fal header auth, and then you're going to click save. And so once you do that, it's going to you're going to select the authentication you just created. So in my case, this is the authentication. Next, you're going to turn on the body, and then you're going to select JSON. You are going to select using fields below for the specified body, and then you are going to copy this prompt, paste it here. Now for the prompt value, you'll simply drag and drop this field right here, so the video style field from the form you had just created. Next, we'll need to specify the aspect ratio, and for the aspect ratio, since we had corrected the data in the previous node, so we are reading the output from the previous node, which was either of this edit fields node. One tip, if you'd like to go back and forth these nodes, you can also select them here. So if you select it, you're going to go back to the previous node. And if you select this on your right here, you're going to go to the next node. And now for the aspect ratio, we'll simply drag and drop this right here. So the output, and you're good to go. Next, we have a weight node. So after we've uploaded the prompt and the aspect ratio, we are waiting for it to be we are waiting for the video to be generated. And so that's why you've got this wait node. So we are waiting for like 5 seconds, and then we're checking to see if the video has been generated. So we are checking the status just right here. So if it's completed, that's why we've got this if node right here. So if it's completed, it'll go down this route, and now we'll download the video. Okay, let's go back to this get status. It's a HTTP request node. So it's also a HTTP request node. We've renamed it to get status. The method is get from the documentation. So it's get. And for the URL, we just copied it and pasted it here. Now, we have replaced this request ID, this right here, with so we drag and drop this right here, the request ID from the previous node. And for the authentication, we went ahead and selected the authentication we just created. And so next we have an if node. It's checking to see if the video has been generated. So it's checking the status. So we are reading this from the previous node get status. So we'll simply drag and drop this right here. And then for the type, it's string equal to, and then completed. Now, if the video is still being generated, it will go down this false route here, and wait for another 5 seconds. We'll read the status again. If it now reads completed, we'll go down this true branch, and we'll go to this other HTTP request node. And in the documentation, it's this get the results. So the request they're saying here is get. For the URL, it's this, and now for the authorization we've already created, so there's no need to add this. So you'll add this too. So you'll select get. You'll copy and paste the URL and replace this request ID. So you'll just simply drag and drop this request ID right here. Authentication, you're going to choose the one we just selected, we just created. Then with that, we are done generating the 5-second video clip. Next, we would like to stitch everything together. So we've got the music video and we've got the video clip. Now we would like to stitch them all together into one final video. Now for this, we are using this API. It's called FFmpeg. So this right here, it's still being offered by Fal. So you're going to go to Fal. You are going to search FFmpeg, and you're going to select this. And so you're going to select this option, compose. So you're going to select this. It's going to take you to the playground section. You're going to click on the API. So this right here is the documentation. All right, so this is how the FFmpeg works. So if you've done editing before, you know it's always done in tracks. So you've got your audio file. You put your audio file in your video editor. So the audio file. This right here, you've got the audio file. So it runs from the time when the video starts all the way to the end of the video. So in our case, it was 59 seconds. And so what we want to do is so we had generated 5-second clips. So 5-second clips. On top of it, we've got the 5-second clips. Now we want it, and what FFmpeg requires us to do is to specify when a track starts and how long it's going to run. So in our case, we will specify 59 seconds. So it's going to start at, so this is going to start at 0 seconds and it's going to last for 59 seconds. The same thing for this first clip. It's going to start at the timestamp 0 seconds, and it's going to stop after, it's going to run for 5 seconds, and it will stop at a timestamp which is 5 seconds. Next, after the video is generated, we'll need to loop this track again. So we'll specify where this second clip will start. So it will start at the timestamp 5 seconds. So it will start at 5 seconds and then run for another 5 seconds. We are doing this whole procedure throughout the whole clip. So we'll have many clips looping throughout the whole music video. So if we go back to our documentation, you'll notice that for it, we'll need to give each. So for this ID, each clip needs to have its own name. So we'll just maybe say, we'll just call it vid1, and this audio file, we'll call it audio1. So that's what we mean by ID. We'll need to uniquely specify each track. And so that's why we've got the ID here. And then we need to specify if it's a video or an audio. And then for the keyframes, we need to specify when the video starts. So what we've just said right here. So it'll, when it starts and how long it's supposed to last. That's the whole idea. So that's for the keyframes. And we also need to specify the URL. So for our video and audio, we'll need to give the URL. So where it's where this FFmpeg can get the audio file and where it can get the video clip file. That's the basic idea. Now, instead of doing this manually, the whole idea here is to use an AI agent to create this JSON payload, because we need to input the JSON file in this HTTP request node. So this right here has the inputs. So what you can see right here. So instead of manually keying it in, and since our video is going to be dynamic, we just leave it to the AI to do it. So from what you can see right here, you see it's specifying that when a track should start, how long it's supposed to last, and the URL right there. So that's the whole thing. And so for this, you'll need an AI agent. So you're going to search for an AI agent. So AI agent, and you're going to rename it to JSON agent. And then under source for prompt, you're going to define below. Next, we are going to we are specifying the video clip URL, the background, the music URL, and we are also specifying how long the music video is, so that it knows how many video clips to how many times it's supposed to loop through this 5-second video clips. And here it also corrects itself in case it runs through an error. So if you look at this AI agent, so if you look at this HTTP request node, we've just went ahead and clicked on the settings tab, and under on error parameter, we selected continue using error output. And once you select that, it's going to give you two options. So it's going to give you success and error. So we've fed this error message back to this AI agent. So just in case the JSON payload is not correct, it'll read through the error, and since it's got this simple memory, it's also going to look at what it previously generated, and it's going to correct it. And it'll now, once it's correct, it'll go down this route. Now for the chat model, we are using we are using Open Router, and we are using the Cloud 3.7 Sonnet. So if you don't have an account with Open Router, you're going to search for Open Router, openrouter.ai. You're going to set up an account with them. And once you do so, it's going to bring you to this. It's going to bring you to this web page, and on your top right, you're going to select keys, and you're going to create an API key. You'll go back to n8n. So under tools, sorry, under chat model. So you're going to let me delete this connection. So you're going to add a chat model, and you're going to select Open Router Chat Model, and it's going to ask you for the credentials. So you're going to create a new credential, and then you're going to paste your API key here. Don't forget to rename your credential, and then you're going to hit save. And we've also added a simple memory, and we are referencing this AI agent. Next, we've added a structured output parser, and so we only want it to output the JSON payload and nothing else. So we've just specified a JSON payload. And to add this structured output parser, you're going to turn on this require specific output formats. Next, we'll go to the render file final video, and so we'll go back to the documentation, the FFmpeg documentation. So under the requests from the documentation, we can see its post, the URL. This is the URL. We'll also need to set up the credentials. So we'll select generic credential type, header auth, then you'll select the credentials you just created in the previous nodes. It's going to work for this too. Next, we are going to so this is not necessary for the send headers, so you can just turn it off. It's going to work fine. Next, we are turning on the body, and we are specifying the type is JSON. We are specifying using JSON, and here we are feeding it the output from the previous AI agent. So we'll drag and drop this right here. And if the JSON payload is correct, it's going to go down this success branch, and it's going to go through our wait node, and then we are going to check the rendering status using this HTTP request node. So if you scroll back to the documentation, here is the documentation. So the request is get, and this is the URL. You just simply need to replace this request ID. Same thing goes for downloading the final video. So it's this curl, and then the request is get and the URL. Just replace this. So that's how you're going to set up. That's how you're going to configure this HTTP request node. Next, we have an if node. It does the same thing as the previous section we've just looked at. And finally, we will get the rendered video, and it's going to output the video URL. And that's it with this workflow. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to comment if you've got a question to ask, and don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, My team builds custom AI solutions just like this. So you hit the link in the description if you want one for your business, and if you'd like to book a one-on-one coaching session, I'll also leave a link in the description.